Hello everybody, ComputerizedMTG here, and if you've seen my vlog, you were probably expecting this soon, but yeah, if you haven't, if you've read the title of the video, you know what this is all about. This is mono white aggro and standard Amonkhet. Yeah. So this looks very similar to a deck that was going around. I think it was before Kaladesh, like right around Innistrad Battle for Zendikar. I think it was when Innistrad and Eldritch Moon were just released. Mono white humans was a thing. I feel like that with Marvel Aetherworks gone, a lot more decks are gonna be viable, at least for MTG Online or Friday Night Magic levels. Obviously at the Grand Prix, PPTQs, Pro Tours, blah 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 blah. At all those bigger events, we're obviously gonna be seeing the same 3, 4, 5 decks all the times, but without the auto win combo deck of the format being legal, I feel like people are going to be trying to play more brews because now you don't have to play certain decks to win against certain strategies. At least at FNM. Again, at least at FNM, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing more stuff. So I figured, why not? I asked a friend, hey, what color? Give me a color. I want to build a new deck, do a deck tech video about it. And they told me white. So I picked white. There's a few ways I could have gone white. I could have gone white, Control E, and try to win with the Advent of the Second Sun. Coming of the Second Sun? Well, one of those two. I forgot the exact name of the card, but yeah. But I decided to opt out for a more aggressive strategy. Seems to be better. So, anyways, enough talking. Let's get on with the deck tech, I guess, or at least my list. So I'm running 24 lands, just plains. I was thinking about putting a Westvale Abbey, but I don't know. I don't think this deck floods the board enough to want to pop a Westvale Abbey. Maybe I'm wrong, and Westvale Abbey is a good call, but just 24 plains, real simple. Another thing that I was thinking about was maybe running cycle lands just to, as extra card draw essentially, without taking up actual spell slots, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to risk, opening up with tap land. So, yeah, just plains. That's it. Just easy. Anyway, so let's move on to our 1-drops here. I have 4 Expedition Envoy. It's just 1 mana, 2/1. It's aggressive. It's efficient. It's a human. Human is relatively, it's pretty relevant in the deck because Thalia's Lieutenant. But anyways, our second 1-drop is Thraben Inspector. Again, a playset. This is it's a decent blocker early game, and it gives us a clue, which helps us draw cards. So that's good. Then I have 3 copies. Is it 3? Yeah, 3 copies of Town Gossipmonger. I was thinking of maybe this being 4 and Expedition Envoy being 3, but I don't know. The fact that I need to tap a creature is meh, so I figure I'll go 3 with this. Yeah, so all of these are human. Most of our creatures are human, except a couple of them. But anyway, so on to our 2-drops. I don't know, wait, this one got moved up. So we have 2 Declaration of Stones in the main. We don't have too much removal in the main board, simply because we just want to bash face. So we have a few pieces of removal, but overall we just want to get in damage, and we want to just end the game as fast as possible. So 2 Declaration Stones, they help against zombie decks, get rid of all their tokens, or other creatures, Scrap Heap Scrounger, and what is it, Dread Wanderer. But anyway, so Declaration Stone it's good. It exiles, and we're not too worried about them drawing cards out of the possible clues that they may get. So again, we're trying to close in the game. So then we have hey, this is supposed to be the 2-drop slot. What are you doing in here, Thalia? And we have a Playset of Glory-Bound Initiates. This is just a really good card. I mean, it's a 2 mana 3/1, and if we need to, we can exert and make it a 4/4 and get some life. So this is just a good card. It's really good. It's very aggressive, and again, it's a human. And then we have 1 copy of Selfless Spirit. Now, originally, when I first made the deck, I had 4 copies of Selfless Spirit, but I feel like the human interaction is a little bit more important. So Selfless Spirit is here just to be able to protect the board and kind of be a one-up and combo with Avacyn when she flips. But we have 3 more Selfless Spirits in the sideboard, and we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so in the main board, we just have 1 Selfless Spirit. And then the point of the deck, why we want to play humans, and that is Thalia's Lieutenant. So if you don't know what Thalia's Lieutenant does, here you can see it on the screen. It's a 2-mana 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 on each other human you control, and then whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, the Lieutenant gets a 1/1 counter. So this guy can grow relatively big, and it helps your team kind of get pumped up. So pretty good. That's why we're playing, why all of our creatures are pretty much humans. So, anyways, on to our 3-drop. We have 4 copies of Always Watching. I was thinking of maybe just letting this be 3 copies and try to maybe move in another removal or something, but I feel like this is just a really good card. It's really efficient. We want to draw it, and drawing multiples of it if we have a board, it's not bad. So, yeah, Always Watching, really good card in here. And then we have Thalia, Heretic, Cathar, 2 copies of it. You don't want to run too many copies of legendary creatures. It's always bad. It always feels awkward if you're drawing into multiples and when you already have one on the board. So 2 copies is fine. It's a 3-mana 3/2 with First Strike, and it has an ability that says creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter battlefield tapped. This is just a good card. Initially, this is something I wanted to maybe keep in the sideboard, but with how aggressive the format is, a 3/2 with First Strike is really good. She's an amazing blocker against aggressive creature, and against mid-range, and it just the big guys come in to play tap, and I can still get 1 more turn to swing in and hope to dig for an answer. So she's good there, and of course, if my opponent is running 3-4 color decks, she's gonna punish them by making their multicolor lands come into play untapped. I mean tap. Come into play tapped. That's why she's punishing them. Onto a 4-drop. This is Cast Out is here kind of just as a catch-all answer. I don't know what I'm gonna be facing, so I feel like having 2 copies of Cast Out, it's fine. And if I'm not using it, which is kind of what I do more often than not, it's essentially 2 cards that say pay 1, draw card, which is not bad. It's card draw in white. So, but yeah, Cast Out over catch-all answer. It hits Planeswalkers, it hits Heart of Cairns and other things. So it's good. So 2 copies of it. Generally, I tend to sideboard this out once I know what's more efficient. So if I'm playing against zombies, I have no reason to have Cast Out, and I'll swap out for other stuff. This is kind of like the card I always sideboard out unless I'm up against something that my sideboard doesn't have an answer to. Yeah, I like having 2 copies. It's been working pretty good for me so far. And then, of course, we have an entire playset of Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. This card is just absurd. It's just a really good card. So, yeah. It's also worth noting that when you +1 Gideon, he is a human creature. So if you +1 Gideon and then you play Thalia's Lieutenant, you do put 1/1 counters on Gideon. So that's a neat interaction there. And it is also worth noting for anybody that may not know, counters do stay on Planeswalkers. They don't just fall off when your Planeswalker stops being a creature. So yeah, there's some neat interactions there. And while its tokens don't work with Always Watching, it helps flood the board. So, anyways, it's good. It's the best Planeswalker in Standard right now, really. So yeah. Then we have 2 copies of Archangel Avacyn. You could argue that this should really be a 4 of. This card is amazing, but with how low our converted mana cost is, and we just kind of want to smash face, this is more of a mid to late game answer, kind of like, hey, I have 5 mana open, I may or may not have Avacyn. It's kind of a threat that my opponent may not expect game 1, and then they have to respect in the following games. I mean, it just makes my board indestructible. It allows, if my opponent alpha strikes into my creatures that are smaller, I can just throw down Avacyn, block and, survive and then swing in. And of course, there's always the interaction with the Avacyn Selfless Spirit, and if it does flip more often than not, it will wipe the board against most of the decks. So that's the main board. Let's move on to the sideboard. I have 3 copies of Fragmentize. This was originally a playset when I first made the list, and then Marvel Aetherworks got banned, so I cut 1 copy out. This, I feel like it's still relevant. It still hits like Dynavolt Tower for whoever still plays the damn card. It hits Heart of Kieran. You know, it hits Scrap Heap Scrounger for whatever's worth. So it has targets, and it has quite a few of them. So keep 3 copies of it in the sideboard. 2 copies of Declaration of Stone. Again, like I mentioned, you know, I'm against zombie. I'll pull out these 2 cast out, put in 2 Declaration of Stone, just much more efficient. So Declaration of Stone again hits a ton of things, but it's primarily against decks that want to just flood the board and play multiple copies, or token decks, you know, so, or anything that I don't want my opponent to bring back from the graveyard. So again, this is great against zombies, but it also is great against other decks. Then I have 3 copies of Selfless Spirit. This is for against mid-range and control, or any deck that's heavy on removal. You know, again, take out Cast Out, take a you know, maybe a copy of Expedition Envoy, and just throw in the Selfless Spirit. It helps my creature survive. It's a 2/1 flyer. You know, it can get in some damage for a couple of swings. So then I have Stasis Snare. This is another catch-all answer. I'm really not sure from here on out, really. I like the Selfless Spirit, I like the Declaration Stone, I like the Fragmentize, but from here on out, the selection of card is a bit awkward. I really don't know what to throw in a mono-white sideboard, but yeah, Stasis Snare, just catch-all answer. It hits a ton of creatures. Again, I just, you know, if the creatures are too big, or you know, I'm against control and I don't want to give my opponent cards, I can always bring in Stasis Snare instead of Cast Out. So again, 2 copies just to be able to replace Cast Out. Makes sideboarding so much easier for me. Then I have 2 copies of Gisela and 1 copy of Bruna. I only have 1 copy of Bruna because obviously she's 7 mana. She costs a lot. Yeah, she brings back a human or whatever, but she costs a lot of mana. So I just feel like having only 1 copy is fine. Mainly because if I bring in Gisela, you know, just to get in more damage, you know, you bring a Gisela, bring a Bruna. You know, if you get to meld, you get Brisella, which is a 9/10 flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, and your opponent can't cast a spell with convert mana cost 3 or less. So obviously, if you get to meld, cool. Otherwise, she's just kind of here for when I bring in Gisela. Nothing really special there. And then I have 2 copies of Dusk. Dusk. What do I call them? Dusk Until Dawn? No. Dusk to Dawn? Oh, yeah, okay. So, Dusk to Dawn, I don't know. My brain is taking a shit on me right now. So, Dusk to Dawn. So, Dusk destroys all creatures with power 3 or greater. There are times where most of our creatures will hit above 3 power, but it's primarily here really for Dawn. That way, you know, if I'm against control, they wipe my field, or against midrange, I cast Dusk, wipe the field, next turn, cast Dawn, bring all my stuff back, because, I mean, with power 2 or less, that's literally everything except Avacyn and Thalia. So, if I have a graveyard full of creature and I get to cast Dawn, you know, I don't want to say it's a blowout, but it's pretty good. Yeah, so that's it for the deck. We're going to be playing 5 games. Yeah, so let's get to the games. See you on game 1. Match 1. Yeah. Match 1. There it is. Alright, here we are with the first match of Mono White Humans. Yes, we would like to play first, and this is a decent hand. I would really like to see at least another 1-drop instead of Avacyn, but I think this is very keepable. We don't know what we're going up against. If we can draw 2 more lands, we have Gideon. So, I mean, if we go turn 1, Expedition, turn 2, Glory, turn 2, Thalia, and then, you know, we kind of curve out from there. This is an easy win, but it all depends what we're up against. I mean, this deck is relatively weak against decks like blue-red, whatnot. Okay, so this is probably Mar the Vehicle, I'm assuming. Okay, just had to check that my mic was on. I've been talking this whole time. It just now occurred to me that maybe I should double check and make sure that my microphone is on. So here I want to start getting in damage, but let me see. I think I'll just play the Town Gossiper, play the Plains, and just pass. I could swing in, but you know they're going to block, so I'll just wait next turn when I get to put out the Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay, another Inspector. So, you know, it'd be kind of funny if they're playing mono white as well, simply because it's just not a very popular deck. Actually, I don't. Other than this, I don't think I've ever actually seen a deck being a mono white deck. So, anyways, let's play the Thalia Lieutenant here. Okay, cycle a cast out. Our team gets bigger. Swing in. I could have flipped it, but yeah. Okay, so this is blue, white, red humans. Okay, we really need a land. If we had a land, this would be amazing. Let's play the Glory Bound Initiate here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can outrace them. Like, 100% sure we can outrace them. Like, they have to hold back blockers right now. Having red is good. Ooh, okay. I'm assuming they're gonna emblem. Oh no, okay, so they prevent damage. Okay. Interesting. Land? Okay. So this is gonna make our life so much easier. So now we go. Yeah, everything just goes to Gideon, I think, here. We kind of have to. I'm kind of worried this guy being out. I'm not exactly sure what they might have in hand that they can give haste to, but yeah, white-red humans is pretty decent. I mean, you get red, so you get to pack some pretty good instant speed removal. Cheap and efficient removal as well. There's no particular reason that I didn't splash any other color other than my friend simply told me, hey, make a white deck. So, okay. Okay. So so let's see. Shit. So we go block. 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 Okay, so regardless, I was gonna win after that. I guess they didn't have a burn spell or anything in hand. So okay, here cast out is no longer that good. We're playing against a fast deck, so that's gone. Declaration of Stone is a much more efficient removal here. I feel like maybe Expedition Envoy can come out. The Town Gossipmonger is good. Thalia is good. I think we keep it as is. I don't think the Selfless Spirits are too important here. Although bringing out a Gisela maybe gonna to throw them off, but no. I think that's good. Just kind of take out the cast out. So this is a really greedy hand. Like if I keep this and I draw into a second white, this hand is absurd. So I'm gonna keep. Let's see if being greedy is gonna reward me, or if it most likely is going to punish me. Let's see how it goes. Ah, okay. So we really need to draw land. Oh my god, okay. So we're getting punished pretty hard now. Land? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is bad. Really? Oh my god, why did I keep it? That's so dumb. No, that was bad. Oh boy. That was terrible. Ugh. Okay. That kind of sucks, but I guess it's better to have our Thraben Inspector get hit by that than, you know. Okay. We don't block here. Land, please? Please? Ah! Okay, we're getting punished really hard. At least now we can block and kill something. I'm hoping that they don't have removal. Ooh, instant regret. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. That's a card. They don't have like first strike or anything right now. Land, please. No! Holy cow. This is so not good. This is so not good. Oh, wow. No. It's too far gone now. I don't think we can get back. This is... How much is this the crew one? Yeah, this is... Yeah, that's it. They pretty much have the game. There's nothing. We wasted... We needed to draw land on the third turn at the latest. That was such a bad keep. And of course, now we get the land. Oh boy. I don't really think there's anything we can do. 3, 6. They have removal. Yeah, that's game. That was so bad. Oh my god, that was terrible. Okay. So, I feel like we can take out the Gossipmongers here. Bringing... do I really want to bring Fragmentize for that? Maybe bring in 2 Fragmentize and 1 Selfless Spirit. Yes. Okay. Well, that's better. We don't have any turn 1, turn 2, but we have enough land to cast Gideon, and we can get Thalia out. That'll slow him down, and we also have Declaration in Stone to hit some of their creatures. Of course, it's gonna have... Ooh, no turn 1 play, okay. That's good for us now, okay. So now this is starting to look much better. God, I shouldn't have got that. I was way too greedy. You guys gotta admit, though, if I would have drawn a second land, that hand was nuts. So now we keep out Thalia. And if they block, good. Okay, they don't block. Either ways, it's good for us. If they want to trade the lieutenant, fine. If they don't, then that works too. Ooh. Okay. Well, now we can do this. I don't know if blowing that up was really worth it. Maybe I should have waited since we were outclassing his creature, even with the always watching out. Ooh. Okay, that's not good. They're gonna get rid of that. Damn. Okay, so now here he is really, really powerful here. Well, we can kill it. So, I guess, you know. Thraben Inspector. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to combat, and let's kill Nahiri. So our opponent is going for a more grindy, mid-rangey lookout for the game, obviously, which is really good. I mean, if you outlast this aggro that I'm putting out, then, you know, you're in a really good position, but... Seems like they may not have much if they cycle that cast out. They might have removal. So... let's go to combat. They might have removal. Probably thinking whether or not they should use it. And let's punish them for... they're probably going to regret having cycled that cast out. Let's make a token. So we're in a damn good position. Next turn we can play Avacyn. It's just an absurd blowout. So they're probably going to... ooh, okay, Magma Spray, that's fine. You'd think they would use it on the ally? Not sure. Okay. So, we win in 2 turns if they don't have an answer. What? What? Why would they cycle cast out? They have to have another one in hand. Okay, Glorybringer works just the same. They're gonna kill... okay, yeah, obviously. Always hoping for a misclick there. Okay. So let's pretend like we have nothing. Swing in. And we'll keep the Avacyn, or maybe we should just play it. Maybe we pop... Yeah, let's save the Avacyn for when they can swing in with the Glorybringer. I'm not going to play it this turn, because we're still at a healthy life total. So this is kind of our ace card, like, this has to win us the game right now. Okay, another Glorybringer. They're exerting? Okay, they are. So I guess we play it right now. Oh, I should have. No. Man, I should have. Oh no, never mind, never mind. No, there's nothing I could have done. If there was somehow a way that I could have let this die and trigger this, then okay, so let's pop a clue. Oh, okay. Wait, do I just win if I played the always watching? That's 5, 7. No, that's not enough. So let's blow this up. So we don't have to worry about him killing our Avacyn. So unless they have another... Yeah, if they have another Glorybringer, oh well. If they don't have another Glorybringer, then we're fine. So that our Avacyn has to survive. Okay, so they don't have an answer in hand. If they didn't draw an answer, then we win. Alright, so Avacyn got us there. That was... Woo! I'm so glad we drew the Declaration of Stone. So anyways, I feel like that was a pretty good matchup. Even with me messing up on that second game, that was terrible. Don't ever be that greedy. Anyways, I feel like I played pretty well. I feel like that was a good matchup, and Avacyn is just a blowout card when you're playing against an aggro deck like that. So, yeah, that was it for match 1, and I'll see you guys on match 2.